Hi everyone, welcome to your writing lesson. Mrs. Marta is here. She's behind the camera. Say hi, Mrs. Marta.
Hi everybody, I'm waving at you, but you can't see me.
So today's writing, we want to give you some suggestions to substitute or change using the word said so much in your writing. Because Mrs. Marta and I have noticed that when people write, when they're just starting off and they have people speaking in their stories, they will say something like, Mrs. Marta said, Frank said, Steve said, John said, Cindy said. And the word said over and over and over again gets very repetitive, and it doesn't add any emotion to your writing. So instead of using the word said, the goal for today in your writing will be to try to, instead of using the word said, use a different word to describe what your character is saying, or to indicate to the reader that they've said something, but don't use the word said. So for example, if I was writing a story about Mrs. Marta and she was angry with me and she wanted me to shut the door and she's yelling it, okay? Instead of saying, shut the door, Mrs. Marta said, you could say, shut the door, Mrs. Marta yelled, or shut the door, Mrs. Marta shouted. If in the story there's a part where Mrs. Marta got scared, so for example, Bowen, because you scared her the other day, if we said, Mrs. Marta says, stop scaring me, Mrs. Marta said. Instead, you could say, stop scaring me, Bowen, Mrs. Marta shrieked. Much more exciting and interesting than just using the word said. Or if she's talking about a favorite story that she read, and she said, I love this book, she said. Notice I said. Instead, use, I love this book, Mrs. Marta gushed. Or if it's a sad story, instead of, this story's so sad, Mrs. Marta said, use instead, this story's so sad, Mrs. Marta sniffled. So your goal for today is to, in your daily write, you're going to write for 20 minutes. Okay, think about what you're going to write. You're going to head off. You're going to write for 20 minutes. And your goal for today is to use at least 2 instances where you could have used the word said, but instead you're going to use a different word. You can use any of these words you like or substitute in your own words and basically go from there. After you finish your writing, of at least 2 times in your writing, the character is saying something and you've inputted a different word than said, read your writing to your adult or your brother or sister, but read your writing to somebody and show how well you did. All right? Next time. See you later. Bye.